Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Design with Rusbe. Continuing with CSWA practice problems, today we'll work on question 7.12. Let's take a look at this question. So in this question, unit of measurement is millimeter gram second. Like always, we need to ensure we are using the same unit of measurement in SolidWorks setting. Now, looking at this geometry, first of all, we have a symmetric geometry. Also, you can see that we have the 3D model, we have top view, front view, and section AA. My preference is to focus on a base of the geometry. You can see that we have this rectangular shape, so I'm going to make that part first. Then after that, I will focus on the second feature, which is this feature, and I will focus on making the cutout in it. And as a last step, I'll work on making this ring shape. So with this introduction, let's jump into SolidWorks and start modeling this part. In SolidWorks, first we need to check unit of measurement, and you can see that we have millimeter gram second, which is a correct unit of measurement. Now click on a sketch, and choose front plane. Here, first I need a rectangle. So let's click on rectangle command, and I'm going to select center rectangle. So let's make a rectangle. According to the front view, the width of this rectangle should be 125 millimeter. The height of this rectangle should be 52 millimeter. Also, you can see that we need two circles. So let's make a center line. Let's make another center line as well here. And I'm going to make a circle here. The diameter of this circle should be 12 millimeter. And the distance between this circle and mirrored circle on the other side should be 75 millimeter. Now, we have one circle. In order to make the second one, from a sketch, I can click on Mirror Entities. I can select this circle. For the mirror line, I can select this vertical line, and you can see the preview of the mirror object. Click on OK, and that's it. So now I have these two circles. Okay, so now we have the base of the geometry. In order to make a fillet in a corner, you have two options. You can either make the fillet in the sketch mode, or you can do it in a 3D mode. Here, I prefer to do it in a 3D mode. So what I can do here, I can click on Feature, and I can extrude this. Let's extrude this object. Now, for the thickness, we need 8 millimeter thickness, so change 10 to 8. Click on OK, and that's it. So that's the base of the geometry. Now I need to add a fillet. From Feature, click on Fillet command, change the radius to 12, and click on this corner, this one, and this one. Click on OK, and that's it. So now you can see that we have the base of the geometry. Next, I'm going to focus on a second feature. In order to make the second feature, I click on Sketch, and from the drop-down menu, I choose Right Plane. Now here, because it's a symmetric object, I click on Center Line, and I'm going to make a center line here. Let's make sure this is horizontal. Now, let's make a sketch for the feature. Click on Circle command, and we need a circle here. Now, from the drawing, we don't know the diameter of the circles, but let's make other features, and most probably by other dimensions that we have in this geometry, we can find the diameter of the circle. So click on Line command, and let's make a line from here tangent to the circle. And let's make another line from here tangent to circle. According to section AA, the angle between this line and this line should be 28 degrees. Also, the distance between center point of the circle and this line should be 32 millimeter. Also, looking at the geometry, it seems like I tried to add tangent line, but I'm not seeing a tangency relation here. So what I can do, I can click on this line, hold Control, click on the circle, and choose tangent. And I repeat this process here. Select the line, hold Control, select circle, and choose tangent. And now you can see that our geometry is fully defined. Let's close this sketch. Click on Line command and start from here and end it here. Awesome. So now we have this fully defined sketch. Click on Feature, click on Extrude Bus. So click on these three contours. Change the setting here from the drop-down menu to midplane because it's a symmetric object. And for the overall width of this feature, I want to go with 24 millimeter which is the gap between two sides of the object, plus 6 millimeter thickness on one side and 6 millimeter thickness on the other side. Click on OK, and that's it. So that's what I need for this object. Of course, this is not complete. I need to make a cutout in it. And in order to make a cutout, I'm going to take advantage of the previous object. Click on Extrude Cut. Click on the drop-down menu. Click on Bus Extrude number 2 and activate the Sketch 2, previous sketch. Okay, so now this sketch is activated. Now, in order to make a cutout, I only need this part of the contour. I don't need this circle. So what I can do, I can select this part. I can select this part, and now you can see that both parts are selected. Change this one to midplane because we need to have a cutout which is symmetric. And for the width of the cutout, go with 24 millimeter. And now you can see that I'm making the cutout in the center of this feature. Click on OK, and that's it. So now I have the geometry. Next step, I want to make a ring here. In order to make that ring, I want to use Revolve Bus command. In order to use Revolve Bus command, we need a sketch and we need axis of rotation. So let's click on a sketch, and choose right plane. Now here, first, I'm going to make axis of rotation. So this is the axis of rotation. Looking at the top view, you can see that the distance between this axis and center point of the geometry should be 75 millimeter. We also need a circle. Click on Circle command, and here, let's make a circle. According to section A, the diameter of the circle should be 10 millimeter. Also, I want this circle to be in line with the origin of the geometry, so I'm going to select horizontal relation. However, as you can see, this geometry is not fully defined because I really don't know where to put this circle. Unfortunately, in this question, it's not really clear where we should put this circle. Let's quickly check the question. If you look at the question, you can see that 3D model, we have no information. On the top view, I don't see information about the cross section of this ring. Front view, I can't see that information. On the right view, it's not clear where exactly this circle should be. The only assumption that I can make here is that the center point of this circle should be right on the edge of the larger circle. So let's make this assumption. Let's continue solving this question. And at the end, we can check if our assumption is correct or not. Let's go back to SolidWorks. So here, as I mentioned, I want to assume that the center point of this circle is right on this curve. So let's quickly choose coincident. And now you can see that the circle is fully defined. Now that I have this fully defined circle, I can use Revolve Bus command. Click on Feature, click on Revolve Bus, and here SolidWorks automatically selected the contour and axis of rotation. Click on OK, and that's it. So now I have this ring shape made. Last step is to make a fillet. According to the design intent section in this question, we need 6 millimeter fillet. So what I can do, I can click on Feature and then Fillet command. And for the fillet radius, I'm going to choose 6 millimeter. And here, I'm going to select this edge, and SolidWorks is automatically making the fillet I need. Click on OK, and that's it. Awesome, that's it. That's a final geometry. Remember, we made an important assumption. We assume that the center point of the cross section of this ring is right on the edge of this circle. Now it's time to check the volume and make sure that this model is correct. Let's go back to the question and check the final answer. In the question, you can see the total volume here. The total volume that we have is 103,326 cubic millimeters. Let's go back to SolidWorks and check the final volume for our model. In SolidWorks, in order to check the volume, you can click on Evaluate and then Mass Properties. And here you can see the total volume. The total volume that we have here is 103,326 cubic millimeters. If you round up this number, you're going to get exactly the same answer as shown in the question, which is showing our model is correct and there's no problem with it. Okay, awesome. That's it. That's a wrap for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions and comment about this video, please leave comments down below. Thanks again for watching. My name is Ruzbe. Hope to see you again soon in the next videos.